Life's a binge. Right?
So we'll see.
All right, we're rolling, and we're rolling. Okay, start the business. Crank it out.
Crank out that business. What are we talking about?
We're talking about that new Harry Potter movie.
Yes.
That's actually a prequel.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
So did you see that?
I just saw that 2 days ago at the drive-in movie theater.
Oh, yeah? How was the drive-in?
I love the drive-in theater. You
Now,
get
this
two
is
movies for like $9.
In Santee?
Yeah. It's like right around the corner from my house.
I haven't been to a drive-in. Oh, man.
It's the greatest.
We got to do that.
You bring your own snacks, and you sit in the car, and you got great sound system because it's your car stereo, and you see two movies for $9.
Now, is it hooked up to your radio? Is it a radio dial?
Yeah, it's an FM station.
So you just, okay.
89.7 FM. Hey, Santee Drive-In. Listen
Right
in.
on.
Listen to those movies for free. You have to be right there.
Right close by. Can you get it from your house?
No? Almost.
I imagine it's like a concentrated...
But you don't want to
like,
just listen. Like, you don't want to just listen to a movie.
Of course not.
I mean, you could, but then like you'd hear something, and there would be like a dramatic gunk, and you'd be like,
If you lived
"What
there,
happened?"
if you lived there, it would be cool, and you got it all the time, and you went to the movies,
Right.
so you saw the movies, and
then
then later you'd listen to it, and you like watch it again.
Well,
while
there's
you're doing
also
your
like these
dishes.
houses that are up on the hill, and I'm like, you could probably see this with like binoculars, and like you'd set up like, and then turn on your radio, and like, oh yeah, free movies for life. Like that'd be kind of a cool deal, right?
That would be cool. I think it would be cool for a little while.
I would do it all the time.
I think that this would get a little...
I would, yeah, maybe. I'd probably figure out a way to like project it, like make a reverse
I
telescope.
thought you were going to say like hook up with like a stand where you can kind of like rest your arms.
It's just like rest
rest
your
your eyeballs on it. And like, there we are. You
That
can
would
eat
work,
popcorn at the same time.
That would work too. But we're not talking about the drive-in theater. We're talking about a movie called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, starring Eddie Redmayne and what's his name? Oh, I can't think of his name.
I couldn't tell you.
No, the guy, the bad guy. What's his name?
The dude?
Oh man,
Couldn't tell you.
you know his, not the character name, the actor, the bad guy.
Right.
How do you not know him?
I probably
He's
do.
the guy that smells like.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell.
Farrell. Yeah, not
Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
Wow, I couldn't
Colin
think of
Filth.
his name. Colin Farrell.
Yeah, we've talked about how he's probably a jerk
Yeah,
in real life.
but he's probably not. But
He's probably
he just
not,
gives
but
that
he
aura.
does. He plays a jerk all too well.
Yeah, so it's a very good movie. It's a prequel of sorts because it's, if you know the Harry Potter story, in school they read the book Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. It's a school book.
Did they mention it in the movies?
Yeah,
They do.
It's a textbook
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is a
Yes,
textbook that they
correct.
mention. In,
that they use for the Care of Magical Creatures class.
I love it even more already,
Yes.
knowing that. I'm glad
And
you're here.
And so Newt Scamander is the author of that book that they're reading, and this movie is all about him and going to America because his whole purpose there is to release a beast that came from America, but America's very weird, and they kind of paint America as being like bad. You know what I mean? Like, I love
Was
when...
this made in England?
I don't know.
I mean, it's definitely...
But all the Harry Potter stories take place in England. I think
Right.
J.K. Rowling is English, I think.
Yes.
And so, whenever Americans are portrayed in movies when they don't take place in America, it's always like, stupid Americans. And like, I'm just really thinking of like Finding Nemo. But that's not even Americans, that's an Australian. But like, it's more like, stupid humans, we're so stupid. Like,
Right.
Why are we taking that fish? Why are you taking him from the ocean? What are you thinking?
Well, I think it's probably like playing to like the worst of us that would affect the situation. So the same way the ugly American in France,
Right.
like all Americans aren't bad, but they're ones who are rude
Right.
and go there and then they give us all a bad reputation.
Right.
So
Anyway, he goes to America because he wants to release this beast that he found. Because that's what he does. He's like a collector of sorts, and he rehabs them, and he wants to learn, and he finds out that they're not all bad creatures.
Newt Scamander.
Newt Scamander.
Newt Scamander. Now,
Yes.
doesn't that just sound?
Yeah.
It's something like sounds like commander.
Right.
Like Newt's he's the commander of Newts.
Yes.
But he's not. He's
No.
Newt Scamander.
Newt Scamander.
Scamander is his last name.
Yeah, it's like almost like Newt Salamander, which is
Newt
like
Scamander.
which would be the same thing.
Or like a necromancer, Newt Scamander.
Right.
It's kind of calls to like.
Yeah, it's a cool name.
Cool name.
And Eddie Redmayne plays it very, very well. And what's his name? Oh man, Dan Fogler. Is that his
I
name?
would have never
think
got
that's his
that.
name. Yes.
He played who?
He was the American guy, Jacob. Jacob Blow, the baker.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, he was in Balls of Fire.
Fury. Yes.
Fury, Balls of Fury. Yes, the ping pong ball.
He was also
I recognized him right away from that.
He was also the original William Barfay in 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee on Broadway.
I did not know that, but he was very good, and in fact, only being familiar with him from Balls of Fury,
spoof movie,
Balls of Fury, right?
Yes.
Which is a ping pong movie.
Yes.
That's kind of with a
like,
martial arts edge to it. Like anyway, but it's silly.
Yeah.
It's very silly, and he's very funny in it.
He's very funny.
And so in this role, he was great.
He's good.
He's really, really good.
Yep.
Like, and my level of respect for him rose considerably after watching this movie.
He's very good. Well, and like, at the end, it's just like so sad.
It's terribly
Makes you
sad.
so sad.
It's terribly sad.
Anyway,
we won't talk about the end.
I don't want to really spoil anything because the movie is still new.
It
so
is
we're
new.
kind of going to review it without really spoiling
We have a
anything.
friend who hasn't seen it yet.
That is
so
also
we're
true.
We're not.
But there is a big kind of a twist at the end where you find out that somebody's not really who they are and that there's somebody else, kind of. It's this weird... I don't really know how to describe it without, like, destroying the whole movie, but it's a weird twist that'll be, like, interesting, especially if you're a fan of the Harry Potter lore.
So I am a fan, but I did not quite get the significance of that.
How do you not? I want to scream and like yell to the camera.
So all right.
But I won't.
We won't do it. We won't do it. But you'll have to tell me later.
Yeah, I will.
Like, so who is that dude?
Right.
And what's his relation to everything
what's
else going on?
Right.
So
it's very important. Very important things happen.
I just know
in this
that
movie.
when that happened, when that reveal happened,
Yes.
Andrea like clawed at me and just was like,
when
and I was like, what? I can't wait for you to explain this, but I forgot to have her explain it later. So
it sets. It's great. It's a very good prequel because it's a very standalone movie, like by itself. It's a very like if you just watch the movie by itself, it's very good. It doesn't need the other Harry Potters. You don't need to know what's going on in Harry Potter. It's just a very entertaining kind of a action-y type movie.
And it's a big fantastical period piece.
Just takes place in the Wizarding
that
World.
looks
Right.
pretty. It looks beautiful.
But Americans are mean, and they get it all wrong. Like, he shows up, and he's trying to be all nice and friendly and fun and everyone, and he's not hiding his wand and, like, doing all... And the Americans are like, what are you doing? We have to hide. Don't you know? Haven't you heard of Salem? Ah! And, like, all these, like, crazy things, and it's like, what? Americans are stupid.
I had a hard time... even like to the end, and maybe they did that on purpose and it switched.
Right.
But as far as like the American Magic Council group and the Colin Farrell character,
Yes.
Who was good and who was bad?
Yeah, the American...
You don't know
because they're like part of the... Yeah, he's part of the American Ministry of Magic or whatever they want to call it.
But they sure seemed like they were like the bad guys for a long time.
Yeah.
And so it was hard to kind of like... Wait a minute, who am I cheering for here?
Right.
You're cheering for the dude.
Right.
Who's
for Newt.
For Newt Scamander.
Well, and like what's weird is that you... Yeah, I don't know. It's... you only learn about the Ministry of Magic in Britain in the Harry Potter stories and the books and the movies because that's where the story takes place. And so you never really that was like a big question when you were reading the books, like, is there other wizarding worlds? Is there a wizarding thing in America? Is there this? Like, obviously there's a couple because in number 4 you find out that there's a France and there's a Germany.
There's gotta be.
There's other
I would
schools.
think,
and so so you're like, ooh, what's in America? And then the first time you get to see it is in this movie and they're jerks. So they're not really jerks. They're just it's set back in I think it's like in the 60s, I think 50s or 60s.
No, it seemed more like more like the 30s or 40s.
Somewhere in the early turn of the century. And so times were different, and they're very much like we have to be underground right now because people are afraid of wizards. And so anyway, it was weird. But again, it's really hard to talk about a movie without spoiling it. So I'll just say go see it. And plus, the battery on the camera's dying. So
and
what's too much longer?
What's also cool is that this Harry Potter franchise is a fun one to visit and revisit. Now with these new ones coming out, it's a pretty good time to go out and revisit the Harry Potters, which I want to do. I want to do all of them all over again.
Oh yeah, I'm always down. I could watch those movies and read the books whenever, anytime, ever. I love them all.
Read the books. I'm gonna have to.
The books are way better. But anyway, so go see the movie and let us know what you think of it, and we'll let you know what we think about it when it's been a little bit longer, and then we can spoil it because everyone's seen it.
Spoil the crap out of it.
Yeah.
All right.
But until then, this has been Life's a Binge. I'm Jared.
I'm BJ.
And we'll see you on the couch.